Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Modern Spiritualists Live. I'm Aeson, and of course, with me tonight is my co-host with the premium service from Britain. How are you, my darlings?
I'm very good, thank you. How's yourself?
Recharged.
Good.
Yeah, I took the weekend off. I went away. We had no internet service. It was 1992 again. It was interesting.
I bet it felt brilliant, though.
Oh, it did. It was lovely. I have probably the best group of in-laws. We had fun.
Good.
Yeah. So
You
it all
needed
went.
that.
I did. I really did. And I'm going to probably look at doing some more of that. But we've got to do it all in good time, and everything's already always planned out. Um. So, how was your weekend?
It was lovely. I got to spend a few hours with the baby.
Oh goodness.
We're having a sleepover Saturday night.
Yeah.
And my son said to me, he FaceTimed me last night, and before he did, he said, "Don't talk." So I thought perhaps the baby's sleeping.
Uh-huh.
So I FaceTimed him, and I was saying, "Why can't I talk?" He said, "Just say hello, baby boy." As soon as I did, Parker was kicking and smiling. He said, "And that's why you can't talk." I said, "Oh, he wants to come and live with Nanny."
Well, I'm sure that there's a large chance that we'll be spending a lot of time
Definitely.
with Nanny because that's tradition.
Yes. Yeah.
But I just can't wait till he's walking and Nanny's chasing him down the street, going, "Parker, Parker, put on your coat."
Get in this bloody pram now.
Exactly.
The joys. See, guys, even I have issues as the kids grow up.
We all do. Like we point blank all have issues. The children growing
We
up
do.
and getting older, and you know,
So we are real as well. We face the normal trials and tribulations that everybody else has to
Mhm.
go through.
Yep.
And problem teenagers? Yep.
Oh please. In England, it's real easy. You're 16, you can go and do everything the Americans are trying to get away with.
I'll tell you something now. I remember when my oldest, he came in with this case of lager. And I thought, where have you had that from? And 2 minutes later, a police officer knocked the door and I actually knew her. And I went, "Don't tell me." She said, "Yep, you've nicked it." I said, "Take him away." I said, "Go
Mhm.
on, take him." He learnt his lesson.
Not bad.
You've got to be cruel to be kind.
You okay? I can understand that one. Took me a minute to go. I don't know, and it's like, no, you're right.
If
Sometimes,
he got away with it once, he would keep doing it.
right, and or twice or 50 times, and it's like, nope, we ain't doing this.
Nope, nope,
Yeah,
definitely not.
and did he get in any trouble? Or was he just took down and given a real stern talking to?
Yeah, yeah, because she said to me, "Because you've given him up so easy, you haven't covered for him." She said, "What do you want me to do?" I said, "Take him for a night in the cells."
Good.
And she said, "Really?" I said, "Yes, and I don't want him back till the morning."
Right.
So, hi, Shannon. Hi, Brenda. I hope you got your hands free in, Brenda, or there's going to be trouble.
Hands free in. Oh, she driving?
Yes,
She has her hands free in always.
good.
Yeah.
Is that your girl I can hear purring?
No, that's the heater.
Ah,
She's with her daddy. Her daddy's home, so
oh,
that's
so You're not getting the loves tonight.
I know. Isn't it glorious?
Bless her.
Oh, I'm telling you, she's getting spoiled. You know, she's the only kitty now, and he spoils her rotten. Pure rotten.
So yeah.
Well, speaking of spoiling, so while I was away, I had a lovely question. Why aren't you, if you're a real psychic, which it's a hater coming with if you're a real psychic.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're a real psychic, why aren't you finding blank? And I'm like, well, hell, maybe I missed any, because, I'm out of town. Maybe I missed any email from somebody. And, I don't understand why God put people on this earth with these gifts, but they don't help anyone. I would, excuse me. So anyway, I get back into cell service. I call him up and I go, hey, do you have any cases I'm supposed to be consulting on? No, we haven't got anything for you for a while. And then he names off what we've worked on. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. That's cute. So I made a reel out of it and answered all her questions about why we don't just stick our noses into crap.
Do you know, people like that really infuriate me.
Oh, they infuriate me. But the one that gets me, and you'll know the ones, and we've gotten them in here a few times, but they pretty much learned to stay away from me. Hi, Brenda. I feel someone's energy around you. Send me a message so that we can connect with them and get that information to you.
My pet hate. My bloody pet hate.
Uh-huh.
They will say, send me $100 to start.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've noticed the negative energy around you needs to be taken away via a spell. This will be £300.
Mm-hmm.
The spell needs to be stronger. We need to increase the price you pay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me started.
Oh, yes, I want to get you started because that's what we're talking about tonight.
They really annoy me and play on the vulnerable.
Yes, they do. And they play on
really do. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, come on.
Social media is the worst for that now.
It is. It is the worst. It used to be the street corner.
Yeah. But now with social media, because I don't know how they're managing to do it. Like my profile is locked down to friends and family only.
Right.
Because of things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But even somehow they're getting through onto my posts.
Right.
And I'm like, back it off.
Right.
Because if I can see somebody needs help, I will help them free of charge. If it's a friend or family, they will get helped free of charge if I feel there's something dark around them.
Do you know how many times I've been told there's a dark energy around me? I said, yeah, it's called caffeine. See, lovely cup of coffee. Or, oh, you've got dark energy in there and you leave me alone. And I would say point blank, really? Especially if I'm in a playing mood. A dark energy, huh? Does it have a name? Can it do dishes? And they're like, oh, we got to take it off of you. I'm like, no, you don't.
No.
I like my dark energy around me. It's wonderful for protecting me from your bullshit.
Yeah.
Or,
And this is the other thing for people to be aware of. If you go onto these, they call them free sites. Once you've given them your email details, they'll give you a generated email back.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll say, if you want us to look into this deeper, please send us such and such.
What I was fine with that is really.
Yeah. It's such a big scam.
Oh, it's all a damn scam. It gets on my last living nerve.
Yeah.
And I really sometimes think I want to put on my profile, bring a mop and a bucket so we can do the psychic cleanup.
Yeah. I will always say, and I think you'll agree with me, a psychic medium or tarot card reader, because there is a massive difference between them.
Mm-hmm.
They would never approach you.
No.
You always have to approach them. And you know why that is?
Mm-hmm.
Because you will be drawn to the person who you pick to help you.
Well, not only that, but we don't stick our noses in other people's business. Like it got even worse because Teresa Prosciutto, or whatever her name is, normalized people, walking up and going, "I've got a message for you."
Yeah.
What do I look like, Verizon? I am not Verizon.
Yeah. And it makes me so angry because we know ourselves, if somebody is vulnerable, they're looking for that person that will give them something for nothing.
Right. Here's the other thing. I don't think they value that something for nothing. Because how often do we do promo readings? We do promo readings on every show.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
We are happy to do promo readings. We're happy to get into it, but we're not going to get into the down and dirty of it.
No.
Okay. If you want down and dirty, you're going to have to come to the services and get and ask us, get on a real call with us. Let's sort it out in good detail. Okay.
Yeah.
And with that, it's the other side of me. It's like, are you kidding me? Some of the things that people, and I just got back from vacation, so I know I'm going to have a list of these people, and it's going to be like, I called such and such, and she said, my husband that's working 70 hours a week, coming home every night on time, ain't talking to me, and barely has time to even acknowledge a freaking message, and didn't like my post on Instagram, is cheating on me.
It's not he's cheating on you. Give your bloody head a wobble. He's knackered.
Exactly.
Oh.
But he's cheating on me with a girl that he works with. She told me everything while you were gone.
Yeah. And she says she can make things better if I pay her so much money.
Exactly. And I'm like, first of all, Bella, let's step this back a few pages.
Yeah.
Does this sound credible to you? Well, he's at work all the time. Yes, he's at work all the time because he's working 2 jobs to pay for your life, to get your business that we've been reading on for freaking, I don't know, 3 years now.
And something that he needs to do. I work with a gentleman. I won't disclose any of his information because, as we know, we're not allowed to do that.
Right.
I've worked with him.
Characters.
Yeah. As we always do, by the way, guys. It's nobody's real name. I've worked with him for about 10 years. And he came to me, I think it was last Friday, and he said, I'm feeling really down. I said, you've been through a lot. You've lost your mum. Yourself and your partner have split up. You've just bought a property. You're going to be feeling exhausted because everything catches up with you.
Mm-hmm.
He came back to me Sunday and said, I've been told I've got negative energies around me. Is that correct? I was like, no. The only thing that's negative around you at the moment is yourself, because now you feel you've had a run of bad luck. Now you've been told this, you're beginning to believe it, and now you're making yourself into that deeper hole.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, how do I get out of it? I said, take your shoes and socks off, go out in the garden, wiggle your toes in the grass, just let everything flow. And he was like, it's raining. I said, don't care if it's raining, you get out there and do it.
Uh-huh.
He came back an hour later and said, thank you, you've made me feel so much better. I said, and that's why you don't part with your money.
Exactly. All right, come on, get down here. Sorry, the angle's annoying me. The other things that I've heard, and I literally was like, I want their name. because
Yeah.
I was going to go and neck her their head around a little bit. Poor girl, going through a divorce. No, she's going through a divorce. We've worked her through the divorce, and it's like, okay, we'll get you through this. Um, Called a reader. She said, "I'm never going to be happy. I'm going to never have a family. I'm going to get cancer and get locked into an asylum." And I went, "Honey, what the hell? What are you calling these idiots for?" "Well, I'm
Yeah.
bored. There are other things to go do. You've been wanting to hit the gym. Go hit the gym. Stop calling idiots."
Yeah.
"Well, is it
Yeah.
true?" "No, it ain't true. First of all, it ain't true.
Yeah.
Second of all, she ain't supposed to read on medical."
Yeah.
"What's she doing reading on medical?" "Well, I don't know. That's what she said when I asked her the question on if me and him was ever going to talk again." "You're going to have to talk again." I was like,
Because you're going through a divorce.
exactly. And then after that, you don't get to get rid of him because you also have an anchor called a child that you
Yeah.
get to put up with for the rest of your immortal life.
Yeah. It really infuriates me straight away. Yes, she was going through a negative stage in her life.
Mm-hmm.
But as readers, we know to empower somebody, you got to turn that negative into a positive.
Yes.
You would never leave a reading with a client being left on a cliff edge like that. That's not something we do.
But here's the thing. That rating was so like, what the hell, left field?
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
used to cleaning up the lazy ass readers bullshit. Okay. And
Yeah.
when I say lazy ass readers, you call them and they tell you your greatest, all your fears in a row.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. It's lazy because they're reading the fear line. And if you think of the human body, the fear line is that little tiny line. It's kind of like to the level of where you smell someone's perfume.
Yeah.
It's that real
Yeah.
light, like the world's going to end. Everyone hates you. Everything's going to hate you. And
The
it's all
thing
your
is,
fault.
you can tell what somebody's fear line is with just within the first few minutes of reading from.
Right.
So I see it as their fear line. You got to help them express why they feel like that, help them get over that line so they can keep moving forward,
Right.
and explain to them that it's a fear. It's not something that's going to hurt you.
Right. But they're not even doing that level of work through.
No.
They're
No.
using it to answer questions. And it's like, you can't do that. You got to go deeper into that damn chart.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Like, I don't need to know that you were published in 1963. I need to know what's going to happen to you now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that drives me insane. I do so much psychic cleanup work. I really think I need to start making clients go get buckets and mops.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have these damn scammers out here that drive me fucking off the wall.
The thing is, I'm a great believer in you only have readings when you need them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, we all have the odd client that comes for a chit chat because they're lonely.
Right.
But those type of people, I don't call clients.
I call them clients because they're not my friends, but they're clients that are working through crisis mode.
I call them the lonely clients. I
Right.
don't like using the word clients for them because it's not so much they want to know something. They just need to have a chat.
Right. And that's all fine, well, and good. I love having chats. I love sitting down having coffee with my clients. As long
Yeah.
as they can, do it. And as long as they're making progress. But
Yeah.
if they're, running around from house to 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 house,
Yeah.
Picking up one bad reading after another, then to come to me, and when I look at them, they look like they've been through a coal mine. When I
Yeah.
start looking at their life, it looks like someone has. Do you remember the commercial? I believe it was for a floor cleaner. And they showed you a living room, and it was covered in muddy pet paw prints. Like, looked like there was
Yeah.
a bird that came through them.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me when I get a client. There's been to so many readers, they don't even know what's up.
Or when a client starts a reading, this is one of my real bad pet hates. Well, somebody else told me, and I'm like, I will not comment on what somebody else tells you, because that is unprofessional of me. Plus, I read my own way.
Mm-hmm. I'll
Not
take
like,
someone else told me blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's cute. You just told me everything we're going to talk about, but I'm going to have a different view on it.
yeah, yeah.
Or I'm going to look at them and go, yeah, they're right. You know, you're going to get a divorce. You're going to lose your house. You're going to lose your dog. You're going to lose your truck. And in 3 months, you're going to be sitting on the curb trying to figure out where to go eat at. If that's your life, I'm going to tell you that. But I'm not going to leave you on that damn curb. I'm going to take you on through. The other part of that is I'm not going to sit there and fairy tale for you. Like, your ex-husband of 20 years is going to come back and sweep you off your feet, tell you to forget the restraining order and go happily off into the sunset and move to another country.
No.
That's
not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. And I'm the same as you. I don't believe in pussyfooting around.
Right.
They are coming to us because they want answers. It's down to us to give the genuine answers, even if you know it's going to hurt them.
Right.
Because you know it's important for them to progress in their life, even if it's bad news now.
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom of every hole, there's always a big ladder for you to climb up to get back out.
Or you're going to drop through to China.
Yeah.
And then order some sushi, have a delicious meal, get on a plane and come back and restart your life.
Yeah.
One of the two.
When somebody says, like, they've lost everything,
I
always say everything happens for a reason. And now it's your time to start living your life on the path that you wanted to, but was never able to get there.
Right. You know.
It's not like pay me £1,000 and I'll make sure the spell is done so that you can move forward. That's not reality.
Well, that's not only not reality, that's not how magic works.
No.
First of all. Second of all, if you want to do spell work or you want spell work done, get ready. Get ready. There's a course. There's a couple classes you got to take. We're looking at probably 19, 20 lessons. So about 5 years in a program before you can begin doing some spell work, and probably another 2 years on that to even start doing the spell you want to do. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't want to actually learn magic? Then stay the hell out of my cauldron.
Yeah, because that's the reality of life.
Right.
Life is like that. You can't go out, meet someone within a week, buy a house within two weeks, have children within 3 weeks. That's not reality.
Right. And see, magic takes the path of least resistance. Okay? It's an alchemical process, and you have to be able to understand alchemical processes to get where you want to be at. It isn't a add water, stir, instant love.
I don't. Oh, it just makes me so angry. And people say, I'm looking for love. Is it worth me buying a love spell? No.
Well, here's the question. If you're looking for love, what type of love? Are you wanting friendship love? Are you wanting a partner? Are you wanting self-love? Are you wanting self-love? Then here's your love spell. Get your notebook, and you're going to write in it every day, I'll love myself because of, and fill in the because of every day for the next 6 months.
Yeah. Every morning when I get out of bed, this is going to sound vain, but it's my way of loving myself. No matter what I look like, I will always look in the mirror and say, I love myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't get me wrong, my kids tell me every day, but it's something that I have to do for myself to prove to myself that
Right.
I'm human.
Right. And the other thing is, do you have room? Everyone wants a partner, and that's sweet. But do you have room for one?
No.
You know, and what I mean by that, and people go, well, yeah, I have room for one. Really? How many dresser drawers do you have empty?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, none. They're all full. How many, um, closets do you have empty? Well, none. So where's the universe supposed to stick, Mr. Right?
Yeah.
Or I
Yeah.
never go out you need to go out so you can meet people. Well, I never like going out. Well, that ain't going to help a damn bit.
Yeah. And along with the scams come the catfish.
Oh, yes.
Why I'm moving things on to catfish, ladies, is this is a massive one. Because there's not just scammers in our job, but there's scammers in everyday life.
Right.
The amount of people that we've read for that says, he told me he was 20, he had blonde hair, blue eyes, he told me he was going to take me out for dinner. They go and meet this person after speaking to him for a week. This person is knocking 50, is grey, have got a nice big ball patch, and can hardly walk, and expects them to pay for dinner.
Right.
And that happens a lot.
Or they're in the military, or they're a military contractor in another country,
Oh,
and they can't access their money. And they want to come home, but they need a plane ticket to come home. But you have to send them gift cards.
yeah.
For them to be able to come home.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other new one is their daughter or son is in hospital because they're widowed.
Right.
Don't fall for any of that.
Don't.
Really don't. The other thing to do, if you get a photo of the person that they say they are, use Google research.
Image.
I think it's, yeah, I think that's what it's called, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And that will bring up the correct person, who this person actually is.
Yeah.
Can I just stop our... Thank God you're home, Brenda. You had me on pins.
Yay, she's home.
Bloody woman driving on it hands-free.
Hey, I'd rather have us hands-free than in her pocket. There's a lot of lint in her pocket.
Oh, is it that bad? Does she not clean her pockets out?
No, she cleans them out, but she fills them up every day.
But no, on a serious note, there's so many scams out there.
There is. There are scams. There is bullcrap. There is problems. There is, I'm all for a good long-distance relationship. But it's work. Expect the work. Expect to learn how to use video chat. This is 2024. If you do not know how to use a messenger chat that allows video, you're an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
My other tip are men are stupid and lazy.
Yeah.
They are. Here's why. They use the same username for everything.
Yes. Yes. And the other thing to be aware of is when you get texts from them, watch how the text changes.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can guarantee it's not one person working on their own. There'll be a group of them, and none of them will speak in the same way.
Right.
So you notice the text changing when you speak to a new person.
Well, you notice the phrasing's different. And it's like, this is a canned message. How many cans of messages do you create? Especially when the conversation doesn't chain together.
Yeah.
Like, good morning, beautiful. Hello, sunshine. Assign them a nickname really early.
Yeah.
And see if they answer to it.
And that's the difficult thing, I think, especially with the older generation.
Mm-hmm.
They are not aware of all these scams. And this is why we make sure that we discuss scams every 3 months.
Well, not only that, but here the latest one from Mama Knight's account, because I moderate her account.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is I review the bullshit. And recently she got contacted by a sheik in Arabia that was a doctor going to fly over here and wants to meet her. Oh, I had fun with him. She was bawling.
And that's the good thing. If you're unsure, double check. I would always advise, if you're in a long distance relationship and you've never met this person, always double check with one of us.
Well, that, and always double check yourself. Like, if you're in a long distance relationship, you can have a date over video. If the dude won't video chat with you, there's a problem.
Yeah. Right, the red flags. We'll alternate these. The first one is no video call.
The second one is asking for money.
The third one is the difference in the types of phrases they use.
Mm-hmm. The next one for me that is, a red flag for me is no date of meeting.
The other one is them asking, what have you got in the way of children? Do you own your own house?
Mm-hmm. Especially like chatting that.
Yes. Yeah. That's just 4. The list is endless. We could keep going all night.
Right. Saying they're wealthy.
Yes. And they haven't got 2 coins to do this with, and they live in a shed at the bottom of their mother's garden.
Or in their mother's garden.
It's so easily, and if somebody is lonely, they fall for it.
Yes. It's just like the Prince of Nigeria constantly keeps contacting me over some will that he wants to give me. All these millions and millions of dollars. I ain't got time for him. He's annoying. Anyone wants to want him?
No, I don't want him. That's the other thing. Watch out with your emails.
Mm-hmm.
Because you will get, I think the latest one over you is pretty much like you've just spoken about.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is from an American lawyer that needs to contact you about a great aunt's will.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to pay money for this will to be opened.
Yeah, no, that's part of the estate, and all wills are public information.
Yeah, they're getting clever now. They really are.
Well, they're getting clever, but the more clever they are, the dumber they are.
Yeah, and spelling mistakes. That's a massive giveaway. Because English is not their first language.
Slang mistakes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Use slang in your communication.
Yeah.
And see if they can get it.
And that's the other thing. They don't realize that people are cottoning on to it now. It's like when my email was hacked a few weeks ago. Straight away, people knew it wasn't me for the simple reason the spelling was different.
Mm-hmm.
And the words they used.
Right. And the questions they asked, and it's like, she knows that question.
Yeah.
She knows the answer to that question.
Yeah. Because you messaged me straight away and said, honey, your email have been hacked.
Yeah. But you're wanting me to order you something from Amazon. The thing I'm ordering you from Amazon is more coffee.
But that's how it works.
Yeah, and it's like, that ain't her address.
No.
She doesn't live in York.
No.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think because, like, we are getting wise to them because we use social media.
Mm-hmm.
We use the internet a lot, but some people haven't got that, I'm going to say privilege, because it is a privilege to have the internet.
Well, it is. It's a better privilege to turn the internet off.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, in our case.
You know, that's a privilege. It's also a privilege, to get out.
Yes.
I'm talking out. Go out, go do something, get into a social group, find you a social network, and, really get involved so that, you can compare notes with people.
I always make it my thing when I've got the baby, you'll be pleased to hear this. I
Okay.
actually take him for a 20-minute walk
Yay!
in his pram,
Mhm.
whereas normally I'd get in the car.
Yeah, no need to get in the car, especially where
But
you live. It's so pretty.
because I've got the baby, it's like, get him in the pram, let's just get him out.
Yep. Get him used to rocking.
Yes.
Especially
Yes.
when they won't sleep. Like, that's my secret weapon. When they won't sleep, in the pram you go, around the block we go 40 times until you're snuggling and sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's a big thing. Just for me, just walking, that's massive. Because I would normally just pick up my car keys.
Well, I think we all would normally just pick up our car keys and go.
Yeah.
But it isn't, we, unfortunately, in the society we live in a very isolated society until you actually get out and do something.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll say, and I don't know if you'll agree with me, since the internet have come along, we've all got lazy.
A little. We've gotten lazy. We've gotten lazy at storytelling. We've gotten lazy at talking.
Yeah.
And, while it has its advantages, and its advantages are vast and wonderful, and we're still discovering new advantages.
Yeah.
They come with additional tools for us to use, and we've got to be smart out there. And here's the other thing: is you got to get really comfortable with certain things, like Googling something.
Yeah.
And paying attention to things, paying attention to people's behaviors. If they're supposedly in Australia, what are they doing on in your mid-afternoon? They're asleep.
Yeah. It's the same as us with our clients.
Yeah.
We know who comes on at what time.
Yeah.
And I'll say to a client, this is a strange time for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not the time they come on.
Right. Or what are you doing this? What's keeping you up tonight?
Yeah.
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 But the other part of that is paying attention to, if you're going to do a distance relationship, that means you got to work twice as hard. You've got to get inventive and depend on the internet. I know a lovely couple. He lives in California. She lives in New York. They see each other once a month. One goes one way or one comes the other. And they have a lovely relationship. They talk more than me and, Techie Joe do.
Yeah.
And, they have a ball when they're together. And at the other time, it's like, you go to your house, I'll go to mine, bye.
But that's how some relationships work, isn't it?
Exactly. And I think people get confused that all relationships are supposed to be one way. No, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I believe that's like Shannon, isn't it? Shannon, I believe your husband works away.
Yeah, he's away.
Yeah. So Shannon knows what that's like because she's in that situation.
Right. And they plan trips. I'm sure that Shannon's going to be hopping a plane soon and enjoying some lovely beaches. And, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
But in those dating stages, it's just as complicated.
Yeah. I agree totally. I agree totally. And that's when it comes to give and take. But I've got a question for our viewers.
Uh-oh.
I want to know who's been, how can I put this? Who've had the potential to be scammed.
The potential, all of them do.
But in what way?
Yeah.
In what way? That's the important thing.
Right. And, what is your view of being scammed?
I think it's daylight robbery, and I think everybody that tries to scam somebody should be held accountable for it as well.
Yes. Yeah, and I think they should be prosecuted. But right now it's kind of hard to do because you've got to get everybody's got to get their legislature, their MPs behind prosecuting these people.
Yeah.
And then the harder part of that is admitting it. Yep, I was scammed. This Yahoo scammed me for such and such.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other part, and this is one that, me and Techie talk about in great length, but I will go over this for everyone. You do not give your password to anyone for anything.
No.
You cannot, nobody can use your phone number to verify an account because they can't.
No.
Don't do that. Okay? The other thing is Microsoft gives not a damn what computer you're using. They do not call you up and go, oh, you got a virus on your computer. We've detected it. No. That ain't Microsoft. Microsoft is going, I don't give a damn.
No.
You done bought my software. I don't keep up with you. We have over 1 billion computers in this world.
If I get one of those calls, I leave them babble on, and then I'll say, it's funny because I don't own a computer. And they're like, but you must, every household. No, I don't own a computer. I've got no internet access. So they waste my time, so I waste theirs.
Well, I let them babble, and when they go on your computer, I go, which one? They go, your computer. I go, do you understand in this house there are 10 computers currently running, and we have 3 shut down. Which one is it identifying? What's its access key? Well, we don't know. Then you can't help me, nor are you actually Microsoft.
Yeah. And the thing to remember is all devices come with a certain amount of protection on them.
Right.
Apple products come with good protection.
They do. They get interesting.
Why I say Apple is because I only use Apple products.
Yeah, you use the Mac. You're a Mac user.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a PC user. I have an iPad, but that may be disappearing soon. Me and Apple have a problem. It wants to keep me away because, it's an Apple. And, I do have a doctorate, so an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, that's correct. Or more likely, it doesn't want to do what I want it to do.
Yeah. Because for our work, we can't just have the one device.
We can't have the one device. For our work, we need multiple devices doing multiple things at the same time.
Yeah.
And none of it has to do with our work most of the time. It's graphic design, or it's video, or it's the one I write on, or it's the one from 3 years ago. Yes, 3 years ago, that I bought as a backup, and it's now the TV in the morning room. That fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course, we've got the download computer, the upload computer, the astrology computer, the tech repair computer, and then, the gaming computers.
Yeah. And that's without all Techie Joe's things as well.
No, that's counting Techie Joe's main units. That's not counting everything else he has to work on computers and hard drives and
Yeah.
I don't know. His office looks like a mad. I can launch NASA with less computer power.
Bless him.
He's spoiled rotten.
He works hard, the same as you.
He does. He does. He works very hard. All right. So next week we're going to be going into the esoteric idea of something that's going to piss them all off.
Yes, something I'm looking forward to.
Yes, we're discussing the divine masculine and divine feminine in all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got homework for you lot this week. I want you to think of what you see as masculine and what you see as feminine. This don't just mean looks and mannerisms. This means work.
Or the idea of work.
Yeah. This means households and how they work. So there's a lot to think about there on what...
Right. And we assign identities to things a lot.
Oh, now, come on now. You're not giving me that, Shannon. You can do our homework while you're sitting on the toilet having a pee. So I'm not taking that excuse.
Yeah.
I bet you take your phone when you're having a bath. You can add it to your notes. Don't work with me. You could tell I was a teacher at one point. Okay, so if... Okay, so think about then, Shannon, what you define as a male and a female, such as how you would feel, and this is more and more now, where ladies are wearing men's clothes and men's are wearing ladies' clothes. You see a lot of men now wearing makeup.
Well, men wore makeup to begin with. It was designed for us.
You shut up and take your grey hair somewhere else, you. No, but things like that.
Yeah.
Because that's what is... Okay, this is an instance for you, and it was in the paper over here. A little boy goes to nursery. He was playing with a doll's house and a doll's pram. The dad went absolutely mental because he was doing something a female should do. I think that is downright disgusting because children at that age play with toys. It doesn't matter what they are. If their friends are playing with toys, they'll go and play with them as well.
Right.
You know, and what's the difference to pushing a doll's pram to pushing a bike?
Right.
At that age, sexism don't come into it for them.
Right.
And you know yourself, as a father, part of your role is to push that pram.
Needs to be. If not, that wife's going to be too easy on you, and your mother has ruined you.
Yeah. So, thinking about things that way. Barbie dolls and Action Man, they're the same thing. They just dress differently.
Depending. You can dress Barbie in G.I. Joe clothes.
Oh, no, don't confuse the situation. We're not on that topic yet.
Okay.
But when you take those clothes off them, they're basically the same thing.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're going to be discussing the divine feminine, the divine masculine within ourselves and within the lives, and how it's expressed differently than what we actually think as sexual biology.
Yeah.
So that's what we're covering next week. Now, what are you working this week?
Well, I'm not on Zodiac at the moment.
Okay.
So I should be on Fortunica from around about 9 a.m. until about 9 p.m., maybe later.
Okay. Cool. I'll be on Keen all week. We do have a spring sale coming up this week, which is 15% off. Be looking for the posting so you can take advantage of the sale.
Keep a lookout for those sale vouchers, because there will be lots of them coming up in the near future.
Very much so. All right, guys. We hope you have an amazing evening, and we'll see you later. Bye, y'all.
Bye.